Hello guys and welcome back to Josh Must Win episode 5, and we are officially halfway through the show. We've only got 3 episodes left, which is a little bit crazy, and things seem to be moving in the right direction. Things are going well for the group, things are going well for the celebrities trying to get Josh to win, and it seems like progress has been made, which, yes, let's go. I'm so happy about that because, oh my goodness, it wasn't looking good a couple of episodes ago, but it's starting to look a lot better now. So before we get into the video, I just would like to shout out my friend Lauren. Lauren came to my birthday celebrations the other day, and she got me a present which I just want to show off, and it's actually really cute. Let me just see if it's actually on screen. Yep. So as you can see, she's painted this for me. So I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try and get it in the background of my videos. I did have it up there, but it doesn't really show on the video, so I'm going to work something out. But look how cool it is. I'm so happy. This is technically like my first bit of fan art, but it's from a friend, so like it's technically not fan art. But it's so cool and I love it. So thank you very much, Lauren. Give her big props in the comments, please. And whilst we're here, make sure you're subscribing, guys, because we absolutely smashed that goal of 750. We're on our way to 800. We haven't actually got that far to go. I think we've got about 33 subscribers left, which is absolutely incredible. You guys are absolutely smashing these goals, and it looks like we're going to get there before we even reach the halfway point in April. So if we do, you best believe the goal is becoming 900, guys. Come on. 800 is within our grasps, and you guys are absolutely smashing it, so let's keep going, shall we? So it really does feel like everyone is taking the time to be a lot more strategic in this process than they were being before, especially Darius and Aliki. Now, Darius and Aliki had many conversations with Miles where Miles was like, don't trust people, etc, 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 they're going to get you, etc, etc, etc. And so it's made Darius and Aliki a little bit paranoid, and they also feel like they are going to have to target Josh because Josh is the kind of person that could sneak in for the win here. And obviously that's a big, big, big problem because everyone else is being strategic, but everyone else is on good terms with Josh, so they're not going to get the support there. Darius and Aliki are, for want of a better word, cardboard. There is literally no personality there. Every other person in this series has got something about them that makes them entertaining to watch on screen. I think Aliki isn't bad. I think she's interesting. Darius has not a shred of personality in him, and it's now like their 3rd episode, and nothing, like quite literally nothing has happened that has made me go, oh, that's why he's here. Yeah, it's a little bit rough, but it is what it is. Like I said, everyone's becoming strategic. Everyone is thinking, who should they vote as their least favorite in order to get them out of the house? Who's their most favorite in order to strategically put someone up, etc, etc, etc. So it is becoming a bit of a smarter decision making process, but who knows where it's going to head in the future. So the challenge for this episode was a entertaining challenge. It was be entertaining, do a talent show, that kind of thing. I gotta say, a lot better than I thought it was going to be, but some people were so miserably dull with their performances. It was quite bad. The talent show was presented by Denise Van Outen. I don't know why. I was a bit confused. I was like, if it had been like someone who actually judges a show, then I would have been like, oh, that makes sense. But I don't think Denise Van Houten has ever judged a show before, like been on like a panel for a big judging show. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am completely, utterly wrong there. But she is an icon. I do love Denise Van Houten. And yeah, I actually thought she was very, very entertaining in this episode. They actually got the people to do the things to her, like their act to her beforehand, so she could give them feedback, etc. And because she's in on the whole Josh must win thing, she decided that she was going to sort of sabotage the others and then also help Josh out and make him really entertaining. When it came to Louis, she started off by going, let's do some scales, and he went, I don't do that. And then he ended up doing it, but he looked really uncomfortable. And then they were like, oh, what do you normally like to sing? And he was like, oh, I like to sing Sam Smith, this, and that. And Denise was like, no, we're going to get you to sing this kind of song. and you could just tell he was pissed off and angry and didn't want to do it. And I was like, fair enough, fair enough. And then Darius and Aliki, who said to them that this was entertaining? They just decided to do a fitness routine, which, like, yeah, that was quite literally my reaction was, okay, so we're doing this, are we? And it was just as boring as you thought it was going to be, but we'll get onto their actual performances in a little bit. Denise was absolutely smashing it with Josh. There was some really, really funny moments, like the tickle in the tits and things like that. It was just banter, and it's nice that everyone's got that same kind of vibe with him, and he does actually really come out of his shell. And I think it's 99% because he doesn't know who these fucking people are. I don't think he knew who Denise Van Outen was, which was very funny. But yeah, I think that's why it worked so well for him, because other people were getting a little bit like, oh, it's Denise Van Outen. Oh. Whereas, like, he was like, who are you? So we're going to go through each of their things now. So Jeanette sung, and I've got to say, she actually did smash it. She did really, really do well, and she's got a pair of lungs on her. Sophia was being a pageant queen. That was her talent. And she kind of, it was like, there were funny moments, but it was just like, and now you smile. And it was like, yeah. It was about as rough as you thought it was going to be. Andre was doing impressions, and his impressions were interesting. The ones we got to see were him doing an Irish accent, which Denise Van Outen told him not to do, and then doing an MJ like impression, and it was like, oh, yeah, don't quit your day job, mate. Honestly, don't. I wouldn't. It's a risky move. It's a risky move. Next up we had Louis absolutely having a meltdown, absolute meltdown, singing Ed Sheeran's "Shape of You." It was tough because, like, I've been in the position before where I have been singing a song that I'm not really confident with, and I've just had to sing it. But he just sort of gave up. I was like, yeah, I can't sing this, can't sing this. Then kind of came back for a line, and then went, nah, I can't do it, I can't do it. And that was it. And I was like, wow, this guy is kind of like, ooh, this hasn't gone down well. But it was immediately followed by Josh doing his wrestling, and I can see it now. I didn't see it at first, the whole wrestling thing. I didn't understand it. I didn't get why. Like, I didn't get the fact that he was a wrestler, because I was like, looking at you, no. But watching him actually do it, I was like, okay, I can understand it. I can understand it. Because when you think of wrestlers, you think of like The Rock, John Cena. You think of like bigger guys who are like really over the top with it. But like, Josh is a little scrawny guy, or he looks it on the outside. He's not, but he still did a fantastic job. I gotta hand him it. I got to, because he did do a fantastic job. The fitness. Oh my god, it was so dreadful. It was. I don't know who lied to these people and told them that they were interesting and should be influencers, but oh my god, it was like watching paint dry. And then he just picked her up by the cooch and just started like lifting her up and down, and I was like, I know this is Channel 4, but this is filth. This is shocking. This is, yeah, it was definitely a questionable performance, and one that I will not be rewatching, let's just put it that way. And last but not least, Maddie was doing a makeover of Josh, and I gotta say, he looked absolutely fucking ridiculous in that makeup, but also absolutely big slay. Big slay, because it actually was quite funny. So yeah, that was pretty much the talent show. Josh was voted the most entertaining, which, yeah, out of everyone, most talented probably Jeanette, most entertaining probably Josh. Josh was very entertaining. I did enjoy his. But yeah, let's head on to some faves and least faves. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people voting for faves and least faves. Obviously one power couple added in there. So Josh was up first, and he went for his favourite being Jeanette, his least favourite being Aliki and Darius. The reason why I voted for Jeanette, he loves her. They get on really well. It's really, really clear that he's voting for Jeanette because he doesn't want Louis to get it again because Louis's been complaining about it. And then the least favourite being Aliki and Darius. There's just no bond there. They haven't made an attempt to get to know him, and I feel like that's absolutely fair and valid. Maddie was up next. Maddie chose her favourite to be Jeanette because she feels like there's a strong bond there. And her least favourite is Aliki and Darius just because she feels like they are playing a game and they're not here for genuine reasons and they haven't bonded well with the group because they're playing that game. It's very interesting because she's not the only person that brought up the fact that they could be playing a game. And I find that very, very interesting. Up next, the Devils themselves. The Aliki and Darius, not the actual devils, but you know how you're like, oh, speak of the devil. Yeah, anyway, their favourite were Dre and their least favourite was Josh. The reason why they voted for Dre is because they feel like he's funny and a big character and the house would be a loss without him. The reason why they voted Josh as their least favourite is because they feel like he's a game player, which I found very, very interesting. So obviously those celebrities were like, we got to get rid of them. We have to get rid of them now. We have to. Next up, we had Jeanette. Favourite was Josh because she genuinely likes Josh. She gets on with him and they have a laugh. Least favourite was Aliki and Darius because, yeah, apparently Aliki's lovely, but Darius is just a bit like, meh. And there's still question marks around him, whether he's genuine or not. Again, people being called out for game playing. It's getting to that point in the game where people are starting to notice game playing tactics because it's getting close to the end. Up next, we have Louis. His favourite is Josh because he wants to keep Josh safe. And his least favourite is Sophia. And the only reason why he voted for Sophia is because he feels like if he votes for Sophia, she won't end up on the block. And therefore, he can just throw his vote away without actually making someone go home, that kind of thing. Up next was Andre. Andre voted for his favourite as Josh because he wants to see what Josh will do with the power, which I find very, very interesting. I think that's a fascinating choice. And I also think it could work against him because obviously Josh now has 3 favourites out of 7, which essentially makes him the favourite for the week, which is great. Or for the day, I guess. And his least favourite is Jeanette, because he doesn't feel like he has a deep connection to her. Which, again, I understand. I can see that. There's not really that connection between those two. He's obviously a lot closer to Sophia. So it's absolutely fair and valid. As for Sophia, he feels like... Sophia feels like Josh is her favourite because she feels like he has developed loads. God, pronouns are such a minefield of trying to remember, like, what order they go in. Yeah. Anyway, she feels like he has developed loads, which I find really, really interesting. And then least was Darius and Aliki because they just haven't had enough time. So you gotta go. You gotta go. So that is the favourite, non-favourite voting. Josh ended up as a favourite. The least favourite was Darius and Aliki. And Josh chose Sophia to put up for elimination. So we also said goodbye to Darius and Aliki, but I don't remember them coming in to I don't remember them coming into the room with the celebrities. I don't remember that at all. I was very tired when I watched this last night. I got back from my birthday like 2 days and was absolutely exhausted and thought, oh God, I've got to record tomorrow. Oh, and I haven't watched any of the episodes. Oh no. So I was extremely shattered when I watched it. But I just don't remember. I don't remember that happening. Maybe I'm absolutely capping and it did happen and I'm just chatting out my asshole. But yeah, I don't remember it happening. But anyway, move on. Josh obviously got a prize for being the most entertaining and he chose Sophia to come with him as an apology for putting her up for elimination. And I feel like that's was smoothed over. I don't feel like that's going to come back to bite him in the arse, fortunately. And then the last thing that happened in this episode was hashtag bring Louis down. Louis is on a bit of a high horse at the moment and he's now thinking, is Josh a threat? And obviously the celebrities are like, yes, of course he's a threat. He needs to win. So you need to go. And I feel like that's an interesting one because now we've got Sophia, Andre, Louis and Jeanette all going for Josh. Maddie is obviously very tight with Josh. The only people that weren't were Aliki and Darius. So they've gone now. So everybody in the house is now on a good standing with Josh. So it shouldn't matter who they get rid of now. Getting rid of Louis now would make sense because it would really help taking that powerful person out of the house. Yeah. Be interesting to see what they do. But they're bringing in the GC, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I'm very excited to see how Gemma Collins handles all of this. I do feel like she's going to be absolute chaos in there and she's going to cause chaos. But I'm excited. I think it's going to be entertaining regardless. And I think we're on to a little bit of a heater at the moment. We've had a couple of good episodes. We've only got 3 left. I'm hoping that they are good. I think we're going to end up with like 4 people in the final and then they've all got to vote someone for the favourite and then that person wins. I don't know if it's going to be Josh at this point. I feel like everyone is kind of enjoying Josh, but not necessarily enjoying each other. So it could work out, but I don't know. I really don't know how this series is going to turn out. So that is all we have time for today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. A little bit on the shorter side. Normally I head for 20 minutes, but there just wasn't a lot to talk about in this episode. I got to be honest. Especially because I just don't remember Darius and Leaky leaving. I remember them doing their little interview with Nick Grimshaw, but then I just don't remember anything after that until, yeah, I've got no notes on it as well, so it might have happened, but I just didn't watch it. But yeah, thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.